Well, hey there. Welcome to the Paw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, today what I'm doing is I'm transplanting some pecans. This is the more part. One of the things I found in transplanting is the dirt wants to fall apart when I take them out of the pots. And I want to make sure that these are going to survive for me. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting the pots. Some people say, oh, just turn it upside down and reuse the pot. Yeah, I've done that many a times. But right now, the dirt is trying to fall apart inside these pots. It's not packing up too good. And I want to try and get this done. And I want to hold the dirt together as much as possible. Now you see I just cut the bottom out of that pot, and the taproot had already been cut because it was coming out the corner of the pot. And now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to slice downwards. And I'm doing this, as I said, to hold soil together around that root system, because I don't really want to disturb the root system too awful much. Now I cut a slice on each side. Let's go ahead and set this down. These are 9.5 inch pots, and the trees are going into 3 gallon root trapper bags, which they do hold an awful lot of dirt. Set that down in there where I want it. And then what I'm going to do is just start putting dirt around it. And around the pot itself. Now, the pot, the top of the pot is a 4-inch diameter pot. The bag is a 8-inch diameter, and I just want to try and get these all transplanted in this way to give the root system room to grow and utilize the bag to trap the root up and cause it to get into some air pruning and build root mass. I've never done pecans like this before. I've done quite a few pawpaws like this, and the pawpaws work great doing like this. And I've done persimmons like this, and the persimmons do well. So this is the first time that I've ever done pecans like this. Now, I don't have a whole lot of pecans to deal with, but I got a small handful to play with. And I only got the pecans just to play around with a little bit. And the soil is what I've mixed. I've mixed biochar, biocarbon into the soil, soil amenity with bat guam and earth castings, or earthworm castings. And now that I got it filled up so far, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the tree. Come down here where the cut first started, come up, cut it off, turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. Because when I did my cut, I only started so far down to try to hold that pot together while I work on it in the new pot. And do this in such a way not to disturb the root system. When transplanting trees, one thing I've come to find is some people, they seem to have issues in transplanting trees. I believe a lot of it's got to do with disruption of the root system. Not to mention, planting them like this gives me an opportunity to lift dirt out from around it tuck the dirt around the edge of the bag, and I'm going to open it up, which is at the very top of the pot. And what I'm doing is the fibrous roots that are on the side of the shank of the tree are being exposed. And I'm exposing them on purpose at the very top of the tree. And I see where my exposure is. Now let's back the dirt up to it. There's a reason for this. There we go. I got a couple of lateral roots that are coming out at the bottom, or at the very top of the root stock, and they're coming outward. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some mycorrhiza, sprinkle it to where those roots are being touched by that mycorrhiza. The mycorrhiza will actually attach itself to the roots and begin to grow and feed off the nutrients that I have in this pot. Just to cover it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take a slow release type nitrogen fertilizer that won't burn, and I'm going to sprinkle the drip edge. It's a long process, but it's worth it to me. And as I said earlier, some people would say, well, just turn the pot upside down and plant the tree. And yeah, I can do that. But what if it doesn't live? I'm going to try and do everything I can to cause this tree to live. And the best way for me to do that is to do it in a way not to disturb the root. Besides that one pot right there, when I buy them in bundles, probably about $1.05. What's worth more, that pot or that tree? I think the tree in the long run is worth more than that pot. And that's the reason why I do this. The value of the tree is far greater than the pot. Anyways, get this down on the ground, get it watered in, get it treated, and wrap this up for today. I've transplanted a bunch of these, and I've transplanted a bunch of pawpaws. Just something that I wanted to share with you out there in the nut world. Well, my name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell for any notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God blessed day.